In 2012, I syntaxed the guidelines of the Federal Elections Commission's authorization to accept contracts for candidacy for the President of the United States, because that position ended in 2000 with the presidential election. It's been going on for 17 years, 18 years now, this ruse that there's a president. The Federal Elections Commission, in order to become a president of the United States, all statements of candidacy are in a box, and anything in a box is not on the field. I alerted all, in 2012, I alerted all elections commissions for all 50 states through the Secretary of State's office of the fraud that was happening for the electoral college votes. I syntaxed the laws, the rules, and regulations for the guidelines for an electoral college vote, which is an adjective pronoun, no fact. In 2016, I syntaxed and corrected the statement of candidacy, statement being a pronoun, of being an adverb, candidacy being a verb. There's no such thing as a verb candidate. And yet all these people place themselves in position to become a president of fictitious grammar. There's no such thing. Plus, the guidelines for the elections was null and void as of September 12th, 2000. Or no, 1999, I apologize. Because the Constitution was the guidelines for the bankruptcy. And the bankruptcy ended 18 years ago now. Over 18 years ago now. So what I did is I rewrote a statement of the candidacy, making the candidate a fact. And what it has done is it's changed the fabric, because the Federal Elections Commission, being an adjective pronoun, with no authorization, because they have no guidelines for a constitution, they can place anyone they want in there. This is all fiction, and the citizens of this country need to become knowledgeable on how to combat that fraudulent grammar from the Federal Elections Commission when we put candidates into position of a public service. Yeah, the Constitution that we rewrote has guidelines for public employees to come in compliance with a quantum construct oath to perform a public service.
What we're going to do is be a director of original construction with original construction grammar to fix our country's language, contracts, constitutions, and the rest of the world will follow because it's a math procedure. And we don't want to go to war with anyone ever again over a math problem.
And this was all on file when I became Postmaster General of Washington, D.C. in my filing of July 12th, 2000 on my Charter Vessel Constitution, which the U.S. Post Office joined with. The federal government vacated through the presidential election because there were no guidelines of 2000 in the Florida Chad scam. And ever since then, it's just been a fraud upon a fraud upon a fraud of a president. That's why they've been getting away with everything they've been getting away with this deep state operatives to con and steal and plunder and destroy the structure of our country and the morality of our peoples. On December 12th, 2012, when David Wynne Miller and myself, Russell J. Cullen Gould, authorized the opening of the Benjamin Franklin Postal Court, we retroactively went back to the original bankruptcy note of July 1st, 1775. In that, we disqualified and we reauthorized an opening of a new postal government, a new postal court, a new postal constitution, a new postal land survey, which I had corresponded with my Global Bureau of the Weights and Measures. It came in joinder with that contract because I was on the contract. The Global Bureau of the Weights and Measures has its own system for measurement that includes longitude, latitude, range, township, prime meridians, and the functions that are on survey for posting roads, which I will have the copyrights to and the patent to those technologies. The Benjamin Franklin Postal Service also is the nativity of words for contract for the postal system. What that means is flying outside the post office at Benjamin Franklin Post Office is no flag, because it's the nativity. The description of the flag on our contract was the Title IV 1.9 grammar flag that we have, that David and I have copyrights to. So these things were all correct in how we authorized the Benjamin Franklin Postal Court as a fact with a sea treaty, a sea pass, a drogue law, a passography treaty, and the other functions of treaties that we filed on those contracts. And it was done in compliance with Title 42, 1986, knowledge of the law and stopping and correcting of a wrong. We also filed Title 46, 781, salvage for tow upon the contracts through the Benjamin Franklin Postal Court, which retroactively tows the contracts that are currently in joinder with the Benjamin Franklin Postal Court if the fee's been paid for freight correct, and if others have not stopped and corrected to fix any current contracts that are in tow with us. So basically what I did was I mirrored the whole system that was back into a factual stance so that citizens could join and public safety officers and public officials can join with the contract so that they have a mirrored situation, but only using correct communication, parsing, syntax, grammar as the function within that federal service system. And it hails out of the post office in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And the whole entire government system sits there. Because of all these functions that I've mirrored the postal shipping lanes, Washington, D.C. has no flag. It has no constitution. All the post offices are closed with correct authorization. In Philadelphia, there is a flag, there is a constitution, there are ships channels that the citizens can join with and the public fiduciaries can join with, all hailing from nativity from the original 1775 filing, which I am the Postmaster General of. Thus, Washington, D.C. is closed and Philadelphia is open. And this is the secret that they hide from you. And it's the secret the deep state's been keeping away from all the citizens and all the government employees that are there now, because they don't want you to know this story. They don't want you to know correctness, because when I get in there, the negativity and the lack of equality for our fellow mankind in our country will be fixed. Chemtrails are gone. GMOs are gone. Mortgages are gone. We're going to change the moral structure so that the morale is happy, it's joyous, we get along, we don't fight. Don't ever let anyone tell you who to hate. Treat people with fairness and righteousness, and it shall reciprocate and mirror back to you. The universe will do that automatically. We're not going to, and we're also going to clean up the food that we're eating so that we eat clean and wholesome, so our minds become clean and wholesome. And we're going to turn this country back into a park of happiness. No, there's no free lunch, but everybody will have the chance to be productive and to work and to make tangible values for themselves. Consumption tax, no IRS. IRS is a thing of the past. A bunch of has-beens that were thrown out in 1999, just everybody forgot to throw them out. Well, I didn't, and I will. And y'all get to keep your money. with no income tax.